Hello, it's me again, Precious Wayne Peaks, owner of Anointed for Prosperity Bookkeeping and more. And throughout the year, I've been talking quite a bit about ERC. And the reason that I talk about it is because I want to educate the people so they don't end up in federal prison. It is just insanity. So this morning, we got yet another email from the IRS warning about this ERC. So I wanted to take a moment and present the email to those who did not get it. I laid it out in a slideshow so that you could understand why, no matter what they're telling you on the commercials, no matter what they're telling you on Facebook, if you did not have employees, do not apply for ERC. The employees should not be applying for the credit. It is the employer. But if you didn't have no payroll and no employees, do not apply for this credit. This is an ugly trap that these people are trying to put you in to make money off of you while eliminating your freedom. Let's take a look. So, this is the email that came out this morning. Topic of the email: IRS issued renewed warning on employee retention credit claims. False claims generate compliance risk for people and businesses claiming the credit improperly. Okay. They're not saying this is the first warning. The IRS has been warning all year. Avoid this credit if you didn't have employees. It's not that you don't deserve the money if you had employees, but if you didn't, don't put in the application because what's going to come is not money, but unnecessary foolishness that you don't need. So, email comes directly. The Internal Revenue Service today issued a renewed warning urging people to carefully review the employee retention credit guidelines before trying to claim the credit, as promoters continue pushing ineligible people to file. So there's no it's no hustle, it's no scheme, it's no secret. The IRS knows that there are people out there promoting for you to apply for this knowing you're ineligible. They know that companies are using this for a hustle. They are telling you to be careful. The IRS and tax professionals continue to see third parties aggressively promoting these ERC schemes on radio and online. These promoters charge large upfront fees or a fee that is contingent on the amount of the refund. And the promoters may not inform taxpayers that wage deductions claimed on the business's federal income tax return must be reduced by the credit. So, what does that mean? That means if you claimed the credit, you now have to go back and amend your taxes to reflect that you did not pay these taxes in because they've given you the credit for them. So, how does that impact you? That may put you in liability mode depending on how that um, impacts your income, because on your return, you have the ability to claim the deduction of the taxes you've paid in, right? That lowers your taxable income, correct? But if there's no deduction for the amount of the deduction that was lowered, now the income goes back up that percent because you have gotten this money back. While this is a legitimate credit, ERC is a legitimate credit that has provided a financial lifeline to millions of businesses, there continue to be promoters who aggressively mislead people and businesses into thinking they can claim these credits, said Acting IRS Commissioner Doug O'Donnell. Anyone who is considering claiming this credit needs to carefully review the guidelines. If the tax professional they're using raises questions about the accuracy of the employee retention credit claim, people should listen to their advice. The IRS is actively auditing and conducting criminal investigations related to these false claims. People need to think twice before doing this. Listen, This email came directly from the IRS to all the preparers, tax professionals that have registered to receive email updates. It is not a secret. They are trying to get the information to the public that, hey, we don't want to come pick you up because you didn't understand. We are warning you that we are not only auditing it, but doing criminal investigation. What does criminal investigation lead to? It leads to the federal prison. You don't want to go there for something for a few little funky dollars. If your tax professional will not do it for you, cannot do it for you, then don't go to a third party that's just trying to handle you for the money.
Right here? Oh yeah, I see he was out here.
The IRS has been warning about this scheme since last fall. They really have, because I've been relaying the content every time they send it out. But there continue to be attempts to claim the ERC during 2023 tax filing season. Tax professionals note they continue to be pressured by people wanting to claim credits improperly. The IRS Office of Professional Responsibility is working on additional guidance for the tax professional community that will be available in the near future. People and businesses can avoid the scheme by not filing improper claims in the first place. If the business filed an income tax return deducting qualified wages before it filed an employment tax return claiming the credit, the business should file an amended income tax return to correct the overstated wage deduction. So the IRS is telling you pretty much what you need to do to qualify for the money, to get the money, to keep the money. It's very important that you listen. Businesses should be cautious of advertised schemes and direct solicitations, promising tax savings that are too good to be true. Taxpayers are always responsible for the information reported on their tax returns. Improperly claiming the ERC could result in taxpayers being required to repay the credit along with the penalties and the interest. So everybody's screaming, $26,000 per employee. First, everybody ain't getting that. If you ain't paid that in, you ain't getting that. Second, if they figure out how to get it for you and it turns out to be fraudulent, they're going to expect you to pay it back with interest plus penalties. So be careful. So for those who have not heard me speak on this before, seen none of my posts or anything, what is the ERC? The ERC is a refundable tax credit designed for businesses who continued paying employees while shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic, or who had significant declines in their gross receipts from March 13th of 2020 to December 31st of 2021. Eligible taxpayers can claim the ERC on an original or amended employment tax return for a period within those dates. So, if you did your taxes and you paid in what they're giving credit for, what this is a refund. It is a refund. So you file the amendment to get them to send you the money back. If your business had to close and you continued to pay your employees, or your business took a significant dive in income. To be eligible for the ERC, employers must have sustained a full or partial suspension of operations due to orders from an appropriate government authority, limiting commerce, travel, or group meetings due to COVID-19 during 2020 or the first 3 quarters of 2021. Experienced a significant decline in gross receipts or a decline in gross research during the first 3 quarters of 2021. Qualified as a recovery startup business for the 3rd or 4th quarters of 2021. A recovery startup business. Recovery startup, meaning trying to help people kick back from pandemic. Um, COVID testing companies, labs, things of that nature. As a reminder, only recovery startup businesses are eligible for the ERC in the 4th quarter of 2021. Additionally, any quarter eligible employers cannot claim the ERC on wages that were reported as payroll costs in obtaining the PPP loan. So if you got your PPP forgiven because of these wages, you cannot turn around and get ERC for them. That's double dipping. To report tax-related illegal activities relating to the ERC claim, submit by fax or mail a completed 14242, report suspected abuse, tax promotions or prepares, and any supporting materials to the IRS Lead Development Center. Here's the address to mail it to. Employers should also report instances of fraud and IRS-related phishing attempts to IRS at phishing@IRS.gov or to the Treasury General for Tax Administration at 800-366-4484. If you want to learn more about the ERC, how to get it, who qualifies for it, go to IRS.gov to learn more on how to claim it. It's just that simple. You don't have to go through these that are advertising it to you. It is offered by the IRS. Go directly to the IRS or go to your tax professional who deals with the IRS. Cut out the middleman and make sure you're doing it right. So for the qualified wages paid after March 12th, but before January 1st, here's the instructions. For the qualified wages paid after December 31st, but before July 1st, here are the instructions. For qualified wages paid after June 30th, but before October 1st, instructions. And for qualified wages paid after September 30th, but before January 1st, here's the instructions. For those looking at the video saying, hey, it's a video, P, I can't click. Go to anointedforprosperity.info, INFO, and click the links in the blog post because I have copied and pasted the email there. But don't be bamboozled. Don't be fooled into fraud, and to your own self be true when it comes to your business and your money. I want to thank you for taking a quick moment to listen to my vibe on the ERC. I am really just trying to help educate and prevent business owners from becoming prisoners for something they didn't understand but wanted to be involved in. You guys have an amazing rest of your day. Again, I am Precious Swain Peaks, owner of Anointed for Prosperity Bookkeeping and more. If you would like to schedule a free consultation, you can go to www.anointedforprosperity.com and book a free consult. We do accounting, we do payroll, we do tax preparation for individuals and businesses, and we're here to help for you to gain a strong financial foundation up under your business. Have an amazing day.